Hello, welcome to another episode of Alex Clough's podcast. It's not a podcast, you can see me. Alex Clough's channel. So, I'm not entirely sure what's happening to my hair today. Bad hair day. Sometimes you wake up and your hair's sort of Today it's I'm not entirely sure what's happening to it. Probably a new conditioner I just used. Head and Shoulders. It's nice. It smells fantastic. Anyway, doesn't matter about the hair. Today I wanted to talk to you about Alex Clough's top 10 tips for a long distance relationship. Some people struggle with them. I, myself, am in a long distance relationship, having to
self-isolate.
And my long distance girlfriend still doesn't know I'm here. My plan is still to actually surprise her. Right, number 10. I like doing that, sort of top of the pops. It's like the song, isn't it? It's sort of, I think, what is it sort of? It's sort of, what is it, Led Zeppelin?
I think.
That is a good song.
That is one good tune.
Anyway, you get the picture. So, number 10. Talk to each other at least once a day. So ideally it's on the phone or on Skype. In an ideal world, that would be my absolute tip. Me and my girlfriend, we message a lot.
Lots of messaging.
The odd phone call, very odd phone call, but unfortunately she's had a lot of surgery on her throat. So it's become very hard for her to talk on the phone. So you can only do it for very, very short periods of time. So largely we sort of message each other. But it's important to retain communication daily. That is absolutely vital, critical. All the other synonyms are vital. What's another one, sort of? It's a must. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because of her throat surgery and I've sent her lots of sort of get well cards. Lots and lots of get well cards.
She's getting better.
Unfortunately, she still can't really talk. So you can talk very occasionally, but not very much. But anyway, you have to retain communication once a day. Very important.
Number 9.
In the top of the pops chart. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I'm just being silly.
That's because I'm going crazy because I've been in self-isolation for so long. Mad as a hatter. Mad as a box of frogs. More of my grand's expressions. Fantastic, aren't they, really? Mad as a March hare is another good one. So number 9 sort of ties in with number 10, which is don't text her too often in that particular day. 1 is fine, 2 is fine, but lots and lots and lots of texts, that's a no-no as far as I'm concerned. Otherwise, you have absolutely zilch to talk about. My long-distance girlfriend, she actually suggested recently that we sort of even minimalise the current texting situation we have. She actually requested that we sort of text even less, and I agree. I agree with that. I think it's fantastic. So obviously, communication is short, but when you do text, don't send lots of texts like a sort of stream of consciousness. Silly. You don't need it. It's a bit like this channel. So anyway, it's a good idea that she suggested we really minimalise those texts every day. So sure, number 10 is communicate every day. Make sure there is one line of communication, but don't text her too often in that day. And my girlfriend has suggested that we don't. And she is absolutely right to suggest that. So number 8. Always schedule the next time you'll see each other physically. Very important. It gives you something to look forward to. Gives you an end goal. She is always very, very busy.
Very busy.
So I had sort of offered coming over on holiday and she sort of always pushed it back. Because obviously you've got to make sure both of you are available. That is an absolute prerequisite. Obviously, technically I am still waiting to see her physically. So obviously when she sort of kept pushing back on the holidays, it is still important to have it in the diary. So at least it was there. Sure, it got pushed back, but it was still in the diary. Every time it got pushed back, it was still somewhere else in the calendar. So it's still always have it in the calendar somewhere, even if it's her calendar or mine. Ideally it's in both of your calendars, but it's fine if it's only in one. If it's a surprise, you must schedule it in the next time you'll see each other physically to have an end goal to work towards. Number 7, always remind them how much you love them. Really, you must tell them how much you appreciate them. Mutual appreciation, showing displays of mutual appreciation is very important. But in general, just always remind them how much you love them. Sure, a little text, I love you, is lovely. That is fantastic. That's very sweet. It's fantastic, isn't it?
But I would take it a step further.
I really would. A friend of mine back in England actually was suggesting that I use the peach emoji on the text, the sort of a fruit, and the aubergine emoji, eggplant, for my American friends. And so often I'll send a text with a peach and an aubergine emoji, if you catch my drift. Because of course she's a massive foodie, so it's very nice. I'm aligning it with her interests, which are food. Aubergine, eggplant.
That is a food.
Peach.
That is a food as well.
If you don't think that's a food, then I'm not entirely sure if you have a brain, to be honest. So she'll really appreciate that. Number 6. Send each other gifts and presents. It's a lovely thing to receive a gift. I love receiving gifts.
But I'll tell you what I love even more.
Is sending gifts. That is fantastic. When I was in England, I used to send her gifts all the time. It's very expensive, to be honest. A lot of the gifts would manifest themselves in sort of money transfers. She largely requested the cash. Sort of, I think it was for Western Union. I was sending flowers as well. I mean, the backstory is her uncle has been very ill for a long time. Actually, two uncles were one after each other. One unfortunately died. Surgery didn't work. Very expensive surgery in America. And then the other uncle got ill very shortly after, but she was requesting lots of money. Anyway, that was how I showed my appreciation. And that was a gift from me to her. And as a present, very expensive one. You're heavy on the wallet. But obviously, sending gifts are important, so that is a very good one to remember because people love receiving gifts. Thankfully, in England, if the uncle is ill there, we have the NHS, which we're very proud of and very thankful for, particularly in times like now. What a fantastic job they are all doing. And this is a shout out to all of them. That's a bit romantic if I sort of blow the kiss, isn't it? But if I, like I for lots of people, you know. Number 5, it's a big one, trust. You have to trust the other person. You must learn to trust the other person. I cannot stress that enough, how important trust is in a relationship. Any relationship, particularly a long distance one. Without trust, it is impossible. It is absolutely impossible. Mission impossible. Lots like this. Imagine that. Imagine going down, you have to pick up a sort of Tom Cruise who sort of, it doesn't really work, does it, for trusting, but you sort of catch my drift. And I trust her to the moon and back. So you must trust. Don't even think about getting into a relationship in the first place if there's no trust. But particularly long distance, have it. Have faith.
Number 4.
Try sending them a picture of you having fun, of you being happy, smiley, sort of like this. A nice smile, real smile. Because this is a fake one, sort of like, it's quite scary, isn't it? I saw myself in the... Certainly hope I haven't done that smile to her. But this is best. This sort of cheeks up like this. So if you're having fun, send a picture of you having fun to her because it shows her she or he makes you happy. Also, maybe wearing something nice, one of your favourite shirts, or a little video. It could be a little video of you doing something nice. But for me, wear something nice. It's usually a sort of check shirt, short sleeves. It's hot, sort of keep cool. Always a short sleeve because it is sort of lighter, especially in Los Angeles here where I am. It's sort of very long sleeves for sort of business meetings. It's otherwise short sleeve, lovely, very cool, very light.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
H&M. Actually, I think it's a charity shop. Tremendous in summer. Number 3. Big practical one actually, this is a good one. Make a list of things that you will do, fun things that you'll do when you next see each other, and make a list, things that you both enjoy doing. That is really important because you're thinking of them as well as you. For example, mine's Disneyland, the Universal theme park. Santa Monica Pier is very nice in the summer, I hear. I have actually been to Santa Monica Pier and it is absolutely sublime. Perhaps if you're somewhere like London, so Harry Potter Land.
TGI Fridays.
Number 2. Watch a rom-com together. I love this one because I'm an absolutely die-hard fan of probably every rom-com you ever heard. I don't think there's a rom-com I haven't seen in the world. That is saying something. Now you're probably thinking,
long distance, Alex. How can we watch a rom-com?
I will tell you the answer to that, and that is Skype. Our trusty piece of software, Skype. Or any sort of video messenger. And actually you can both get the laptop up. Let's say you're FaceTiming or you're on the phone and you sort of enjoy it together. Ideally do it on internet call because it can rack up. I made a mistake once I was doing international calls. Got a bill for £650 and that wasn't very nice. So I do suggest doing it on either Skype or some other sort of Wi-Fi connected piece of software. WhatsApp is an excellent one. Zoom, Discord is another one. My favourite rom-coms, for example, are Sleepless in Seattle, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan. Another one with those two, sort of You've Got Mail and Notting Hill is absolutely wonderful. Watch them on Netflix, Amazon Prime, if you've got the account.
If you've got the cash for it.
But I've got so many DVDs of these things, which I had a suitcase which I transported across. We're all full of DVDs. Actually, that's a point, because I remember lending John my Sleepless in Seattle DVD, but he's got this, I think it was a special edition DVD of Sleepless in Seattle. Let me just call him on my Wi-Fi connected call. So, John, hi, it's Alex. Yeah, I'm just good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just wondering, how are you? Fantastic. I really, did you? I was just wondering if you still have my limited edition Sleepless in Seattle DVD. I'm just doing sort of not a podcast, a YouTube channel. I don't know if you've seen. How did the surprise go? Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good. Anyway, I was just wondering about the DVD. You have got the DVD, have you? Okay, yes. No, I know it's on Netflix now. I was just wondering. Yeah, no, and I'm not saying send it. I just peace of mind, really, I suppose. Wow. That's annoying. I was doing international call, not WhatsApp. That's That's probably about tenner. Money down the drain again. Anyway, watch the rom-com together, you won't regret it. And number 1, pay them a surprise visit. And I already did that. If you want to see my surprise visit, watch my first video on this channel. If you can pay them a surprise visit, that is important, because if you turn around the corner and surprise them, then they will love you forever. Well, not forever, but they will love you probably until something happens in the relationship. One of you dies, perhaps, or run over by a bus, or just break up, I suppose. The point is, it would be a lovely thing to do, lovely gesture, and probably the best gesture. That is why it's number 1. So obviously stay tuned on this channel, because I will be surprising my girlfriend. She still thinks I'm in London, and obviously I'm in Los Angeles. I'll keep doing these videos until we're out of quarantine, so I can actually surprise her for real. And click below, please subscribe, and like and comment. I think it's this one or this one, wherever I am on YouTube, on the page. Hopefully by the time you see this, I will have actually surprised my girlfriend. Obviously can't put these videos out and thinking she might see it. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more tips, more how-tos, and lots of love to everyone out there. Fantastic. Didn't actually hang the phone up from John. That's annoying, because that's another... I've been recording for half an hour. That's probably about £200 gone. I think I'll probably watch You've Got Mail tonight. I'll just watch it again on my own. Dear. Anyway. Dinner and You've Got Mail. Cannot wait. I have seen You've Got Mail a lot.